This is Harbor Freight's hand axe. It's got a 1 1/4 pound head, 16-inch handle, and it costs about $12. In the last video, we did about half a dozen enhancements to it that have turned it into a really nice little hatchet or survival or camp axe. Today, we're going to be doing a full test in the ancient forests of the Pacific Northwest. At least once a day, do something that scares you. This definitely scares me. Crossing rivers can be really dangerous. One thing that can help is to get a wading staff. All right, I think here's a good sturdy staff size material here that won't buckle on us. Feels quite nice in the hand. It's got a lot of weight in it. You don't realize how helpful that is until you don't have it. You know, those Swedish axes, they don't carry a lot of weight in them. Very nice to use one-handed. It just seems a very natural extension of your arm. Make sure you get a point on whatever end's going to be opposite of your hand so you can kind of jam it in underneath the rocks. When crossing mountain streams, you always want to remember 3 things. If you're wearing a pack, make sure you loosen the chest strap. That way if you fall off, you're not tangled in it. You can just shrug it off. A lot of hikers and guys have been killed falling in water and drowned by their pack. Second thing is don't wade over your knees if possible. If you have to wade in water deeper than that, make sure you go with your partner and lock wrists and go across like a human chain. And the third one is don't get your shoes wet. The early woodsmen and trappers would have almost certainly carried an axe or a hatchet or a tomahawk. One of the things that they needed it for was navigation in really heavy or thick forests. If you can see a landmark, a peak, or keep the sun in one spot and you can kind of navigate through the forest, but if you get into thick, dense forest, you can get turned around and you end up just going in circles. What my granddad always did, and you don't want to do this anymore, but he would blaze the trees, what they called it. And that's what a woodsman would do. As he would walk by, he would take it and he would put a notch in it. And it was common for friends or guys to have their unique blaze marks. My granddad had his own, which was a dot and a dash. That way, if your friends were following you, they could see that, hey, Jake or Paul or whoever, you know, he went through here and this is his mark and he's leaving this for us. Oh, it's hands and feet here. Ooh, this is steep. One of my superpowers, I learned that when I was in the fire department, we did a lung volume test. My lungs are 30% bigger than normal. Makes for good climbing. All right, I'm gonna show you guys something amazing right over this rise here. But before that, you gotta do something for me. You gotta take a moment and click that thumbs up. Comment. If you enjoy these survival videos or these wilderness videos, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna catch my breath here while you're clicking that. Then we're gonna head up. All right, you ready? Let's go. 8,000 feet, here we come. That's Mount Olympus over my left shoulder, standing almost 12,000 feet. Goodness, look at that. It's a tumor tree. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil if I dare. Well, friends, that's it. That's as close as best shot I can get for you. I keep coming up over and hitting these false summits, and this is the best spot that I could get for a good picture. But from right here, if I could leave right here fast and light without anyone, just by myself, I could be at the summit in probably under 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. I'll tell you what, you give me 50,000 thumbs up on this video, I'll take you up there. I'll take you up there with a GoPro to the summit, and you get to see the top of the world. All right, friends, let's talk about this hand axe. Now, when I said I was gonna do a test on this, I don't know, you know, a lot of folks will say, you know, that wasn't a real proper test. We don't know anything about the hardness of the steel and is it brittle and this and that. You know what? This is a $12 axe. And none of that stuff really matters. Really, let's be honest about it, right? The Spyderco axe that we tested was, what was that thing, $200 or so? Had the best steel, excellent steel. Yet it was an unusable tool, one of the worst I'd ever tested. So a tool's more about steel, right? Steel, as a rule, is pretty hard, right? You know, is this going to be as tough as a forged Grand Force Brooks? No, it's not, but it's, what, 1/8 the price? So you've got to take that in consideration. I wasn't really so much interested about those things because I understand it is what it is, and sometimes what it is good enough, right? At $12, I just wanted to know what was the experience, what was it like to carry it for a day and to use it in real world tests. And what you guys see on the camera, you know, is a fraction of what actually happens, you know, because it's just, you just can't, you know, I'm here by myself. You just can't shoot everything. But I can tell you from carrying it today and just using it, I like it. I like it. So I really, really like it. I don't even, and you know what I think it is, and I'll close with this. I like it almost more than my expensive axes because it's not trying to be, it's not pretentious. And I think it's really cool when you can take something that guy can buy for 10, 12 bucks. And that's a really good tool that's designed well, it's easy to use, and you can do everything that you can do and better, some things better, than you can with something twice or two times the price, right? It's kind of like a guy building a muscle car in his garage, you know, and nickel and diamond and scrounging and swap meets and then building it up and then finally getting it done and pulling up to that red light with a guy that's bought a $250,000 Ferrari, right? And you smoke him off the line, you know. He didn't do any performance thing. You know, that satisfaction that you get from that is hard to explain, but that's what you get. That's kind of how I'd explain it with this. It's $12. It's a wonderful little tool. And it's one that I'm going to carry around and use regularly. I just think the world of it. Well done. Absolutely. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. Please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we will see you all on the next video.